Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. And today we're looking at um, solving systems of equations via elimination. So let's take a look. So here I've got the steps laid out for you. Quick little reference sheet that you can look at. Step 1 is get your equations lined up. Step 2 is eliminate one of the equations that are like opposites here. Okay? And then you solve that equation that's left over because it's one variable. So you get that and then you plug that back in step 3 and then get the other variable. So now that you have both variables, step 4 is to write them out as an ordered pair. And as always, if you graph them, you could double check to make sure they're right. Alright, let's take a look at some examples. Okay, here it says find the solution of a system of equations. Okay, now what you want to do is use elimination. What we're going to do is add these together. Okay, we're going to add them together. So you got 9x plus negative 3x, you get 6x. Negative 7y plus 7y is 0, so it eliminates. And then negative 5 plus 11 is positive 6. Now you have one variable. You can solve an equation that has one variable. So you're going to go ahead and divide by 6 and get x is equal to 1. Alright, now we're going to take that and plug it in to any of the original equations here. So I'm going to plug it into the first one. And I got 9x minus 7y is equal to negative 5. And I plug in the 1 for x. And then I just solve it. 9 times 1 is going to be 9. I subtract the 9 on both sides. I get negative 7y is equal to negative 14. And I divide by negative 7 on both sides. Y is equal to 2. Alright, so now that I got y is equal to 2 and x is equal to 1, I can write my ordered pair as 1, 2. Make sure you put the x first. Alright, let's look at another example. Alright, so here, same thing. We're going to eliminate one of the variable terms. This time it's going to be the x instead of the y because you got the 10 and the negative 10x. So we're just going to add them. So 6 plus 5 is 11y, and 16 plus 50 is 66. Alright, now we're going to divide by 11, and y is equal to 6. Now we're going to take this and plug it into the original equation, but don't plug it in for y. Make sure you, don't plug it in for x. Make sure you plug it in for y. Okay, because that's what we have. We have y. So we're going to plug that in. You got 10x plus 6 times the y, which is 6, is equal to 16. You get 6 times 6 is 36. 10x plus 36 is equal to 16. Subtract 36 on both sides. And you get 10x is equal to negative 20. Now you're going to divide by 10. And x is equal to negative 2. So now we have a ordered pair. We got the x, which is negative 2, and the y. For some reason I put 10, which it is not. I'm going to fix that right now. It's 6. Alright, let's take a look at another example. Now this is still level 1 of system of equations by elimination. Here we've got, we don't have that term that you could just add and eliminate. But we're going to manipulate the equation, but still keep it equal by multiplying one of the equations by negative 1. Because if this 7x was negative 7x, we can add them. But if we do just one part of the equation like that, we got to do the whole thing like that. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to multiply negative 1 times 7x, negative 2y, and 5. Okay? And when we do, I'm going to rewrite it over here. The top, I wrote exactly the same. And the second one here is negative 7x, positive 2y, and now negative 5. Now we can add, and it eliminates here. So 7x minus 7x is 0. 7 plus 2 is 9y. And same sign, find the sum. 49 plus 5 is 54, negative 54. Now we're just going to solve for y and divide by 9. And we get y is equal to negative 6. Now I'm going to take this negative 6 and plug it in. Okay, so always pick the original equation, not one that you maybe manipulated, but always pick the original equation. So I'm going to go ahead and plug in that negative 6 in for y. Okay, now that this equation is one variable, I can solve it. 7x minus 42 is equal to negative 49. We're going to add 42 on both sides. I get 7x is equal to negative 7. You're going to divide by 7, and x is equal to negative 1. Alright, so don't forget to always put the right number first. The x goes first, so you put negative 1, negative 6. Alright, let's look at another one. Okay, here we've got negative 10y and negative 10y. Again, we can't add them. That'll get us negative 20y. But we're going to manipulate it by multiplying one of the equations by negative 1, so we could change the sign and get it so we can add it. So I'm going to multiply the second equation by negative 1. So I get positive 6x, positive 10y, negative 32. Now I can add it together. 1 plus 6 is 7. 10y, negative 10y plus positive 10y is 0. And 18 plus negative 32 is negative 14. Now I get negative 14, and then I'm going to divide by 7. And x is equal to 32. Alright, now I'm going to take that x and plug it in, and I get negative 2. And for x, I got negative 10y is equal to 18. And now I'm going to go ahead and solve the one variable equation. So I'm going to add 2 on both sides. 18 plus 2 is going to get us 20. Now I got negative 10y is equal to 20. Divide by negative 10. 20 divided by negative 10 is going to give me negative 2. So now I have my complete ordered pair. I've got negative 2, negative 2. Alright, now that's great when the numbers line up like that, but sometimes they don't, and you have to actually multiply with a number to get it to be even. So here you have a problem where if you add it, it doesn't eliminate the variable, okay? But if we multiply by 2 on both parts here, we'll change the bottom equation so that it's now negative 2x positive 6y equals negative 24, and now the two x's can eliminate. Okay, so this is level 2 on Delta Math. All right, level 2. So I'm going to show you how to do these. Alright, now on this one here, you can see that 14 is a multiple of 7. So if we multiply 7 times 2, that'll allow us to change this to a negative 14, which will eliminate. But we got to multiply everything by that 2. So I'm going to multiply the whole bottom equation by the number 2. And I got 8x plus 14y equal 2. That's the top equation. And the bottom equation now is negative 6, negative 14y, and 16. Everything was multiplied by 2. Now I can add it and it'll eliminate. The 14s go away. I get 2x is equal to 18. One variable. And now I can solve for x. Divide by 2 and x is equal to 9. Now I'm going to take this 9 and plug it in. 8 times 9 plus 14y is equal to 2. I get 72 plus 14y is equal to 2. You're going to subtract by 72 on both sides. You got 14y is equal to negative 70. And you divide by 14. And y is equal to negative 5. Alright, so now I have my ordered pair. I've got 9, negative 5, and that's it. So you just got to be aware and figure out what multiple you can multiply by, what number can change it so that it can eliminate. And sometimes you got to have a negative sign to go along with it. So let's take a look at this next example. Okay, here I can multiply the top equation by positive 2 and it'll come out fine. But you can also multiply the bottom equation by negative 2 and eliminate the x's. Okay, so I'm going to multiply it by negative 2, so that I'm going to change the signs on all of these here. And that's going to get me negative 14x, negative 16y, and positive 20. Now when I add the x terms, they will eliminate, leaving me with one variable. So I got negative 20y is equal to 60. I'm going to divide by negative 20. And y is equal to negative 3. It's hard to see that negative, but it's negative 3. So now I'm going to take that negative 3 and plug it in. Again, choose an original equation. I'm going to take that negative 3 and plug it in for y. So now I've got negative 3 in for y. Now I have one variable. I can solve the equation. Okay. Negative times negatives are positive. 4 times 3 is 12. Okay. Isolating the variables, subtracting 12 on both sides. That's what give me 14x is equal to 28. And now I'm going to divide by 14. And x is equal to 2. So now we have our ordered pair. We've got the x, which is 2, and the y, which is negative 3. So you're going to go ahead and you got 2, negative 3, and that's it. So that's it. That is solving system of equations by elimination, level 1 and level 2. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.